Hey, how are y'all doing? Hang on a second here. All right. A lot of stuff here I'm trying to do. None of it's working. So that's nothing new. What do you guys expect? Quality? um, I don't know why hasn't gone over to them yet. All right, so this Tennessee Court of Appeals. Um, it is Kennath Artez Henderson, who is, I don't know what the appeal is for. He was convicted of nerfing a police officer. And I do know this, that's not supposed to be working. Hang on a second here. Are we working? I think we're working. That should work. Is this working? Okay, cool. So sorry. Started this in a hurry. Hey Poppy, how you doing? Cool Gamer, what's up? Rabbit, how are you doing? Marion, how are you? And guys, man, I am so tired. Um, that doesn't mean anything though. Hang on. I've got to let me get my door closed here real quick. And let me reload this. Let's see, why is this not? How do I hit the reload button? Does not have reload? Why is it going so slow? Everything's messed up today in my system. And it's really not going to show up. Are you kidding me? Marianne, I'm in slow motion. I don't know what happened here. Why is this not streaming? At least it says waiting at Tennessee courts. They just got done with their last case, and so it'll be like 5 minutes. So this guy, I don't know what the appeal is. I woke up, I was flipping through, and saw that. Oh, all right, here you go. And saw that this was coming up, and supposed to be at 11. It's 11:18. They had another case right before this. It was Shandaris Turner. It's right there on the right. And they just finished it and said that they're going to take a short break. Hang on a second. All right, let's see here. This stuff works. Why is that so messed up? Where is my? I swear, everything's messed up in my life. All right, let's see here. That's awesomely not cool. Where's it? Why is that messed up? Oh, good, that doesn't work. Why isn't that working? Now my camera doesn't work. I swear, this is one of those days. No, I don't have it on pause. Oh, here it comes. Actually, you know what, Marion? I probably do have I have my brain on pause. Oh man, come on, come on, come on. All right, that should be working. Where is this? Why isn't this working?
Campbell, who's joined
Oh,
us.
here we go.
Judge Campbell is from Germantown, Tennessee.
All right, so this is the Western District of Tennessee. Why is this stuck?
And I don't know that we've actually.
This is not me. I'm on high-speed internet. What is, oh my gosh, network? Low data. No, I don't have low data on. Why is this? Okay. Cancel all this stuff. Cancel this. Turn this off.
Be met, but the parties, I'm sure you're familiar, have 20 minutes per side. Please let.
I mean, come on. What's happening here? This just worked a second ago.
Me know if you would like rebuttal time. I think you were in court for.
This is not my. This isn't me. I didn't do anything wrong. This was working a second ago, so I know it's not mine. But it looks like it's mine. This isn't.
Childhood, it appears it was all in the record.
What is happening? I'm not even on Wi-Fi, so this is a direct. Oh my gosh. My TV's working. No, it's not on pause. It's I don't know what's happening here. I have no idea. Crud. Hmm. Don't do it. Live. Why is this not working? All right, hang on.
Presenting it at the proper time, how all of that relates to the tolling due process question of whether it's late or arising, I really struggled to figure out, did this all collapse on itself? Is it all essentially the same inquiry? The way I have read and understood it is that the question of whether it's subsequently discovered evidence, newly discovered evidence, is separate from whether he was diligent in presenting it, or whether for due process analysis it's later.
I'll be right back. I've got to make sure it's not mine. How's this happen?
Arising. But in any event, the statute speaks to the question of whether types of ineffective assistance of counsel claims. And without getting into the complication of federal habeas jurisprudence, which is a big old mess, it's clear enough from both the Sixth Circuit's majority opinion and Judge White's concurrence that they understood it to be a change. That argument was had 5 years before the opinion issued. So the
Oh, it's
Sixth Circuit
working.
sat on
Finally.
this case for 5 years after it was
Holy.
argued. And then when Shin came out, promptly asked for a briefing about their ability to consider the brain damage evidence, and then soon thereafter issued an opinion that said, Shin changed things, we now can't review the brain damage evidence. So in our mind, things went along the way they normally do. He went through post-conviction, he came to our office, we developed the evidence of his brain damage, and expected to have a forum to present it in federal court, as lots of other people in petitioning death penalty and frankly non-capital petitioners had. The nature of this kind of evidence kind of speaks for itself, right? Like, it's brain damage and severe mental illness. Mr. Henderson couldn't have presented that on his own. He didn't have the ability to inform his counsel that he was brain damaged. That requires collecting evidence, collecting records, doing investigation. We know from the record here that they didn't begin doing mitigation investigation until 11 days before trial. They didn't start collecting records.
All of that is, I read your brief, and I acknowledge the situation that you're in is not particularly good for your client. But I am trying to get to where you are procedurally in a quorum nobis petition. And that's, as you've already heard from both judges on the panel, it is difficult to get to where you are because of the delay, and because of the nature of the complaint that you have. So I'm going to listen. I just really want to listen to see what else you have to add to your argument. I know you understand the position that we're
It sounds like they're trying to get a
and that
new
we are
piece of
not
evidence
in
into his
position.
criminal appeal.
So
This guy is
I
on
would
death
like to
row
hear more
right now,
of your
okay?
argument.
Well, Your Honor, in terms of your question about the proper vehicle for this, our view is this is a court, as you consider the tolling of the statute of limitations, right? In my view, I think that both parties' briefs are super unclear, both in the trial court and here, to be honest. As I went through sorting through the briefs and the trial court's decision, I think everybody has muddied the waters in terms of what's new evidence, what's diligent. I think the question of diligence for the statutory question is, why wasn't it presented at trial? And then there's a separate question from July 6th of 1999 on, at which point the statute of limitations ran on the initial quorum nobis petition, a year from the guilty plea. The question from then on is, why wasn't it presented from that point? At that question, it's an equitable question. It's bounded by the due process clause. And we know the test from Burford is whether he's had a reasonable opportunity to have his claim heard, whether he was given a meaningful opportunity in a meaningful manner. And we know unequivocally, standing in here, he has not had an opportunity to present this brain damage evidence which he could not tell his lawyers about, right? It shows up on brain scans, it shows up with experts, it shows up. So the equitable questions before this court of whether the state of Tennessee is going to execute this man before anybody ever has looked at evidence of his brain damage, we believe is properly a question before the court in terms of your equitable powers. I only have a minute left, so I'm debating where to go from here.
Let me ask you.
Ooh, that was bad. She got caught out of time. Hey, Judge Maddie, how you doing?
Quorum nobis.
Thank you, Judge. Hey, Daisy Jones, how are you?
Person who entered a guilty plea.
Well, Your Honors, that is part of my
Is that a camouflage bow tie?
rebuttal. I think it's clear from the court's holding in Davidson that the sentencing phase of a capital trial is the same type of a contested proceeding as the phrasing of at trial, and that quorum nobis relief is available to a petitioner seeking a new sentencing hearing on the basis of newly discovered evidence.
In Frazier, the Supreme Court said that quorum nobis is limited to the determination of guilt or innocence.
Right, Frazier was a non-capital case, though. And in short, I think that Davidson is dispositive. I think Davidson makes clear that in a capital case where there's a separate sentencing proceeding, in a non-capital case, the only new evidence that could lead to a different result has to be as to innocence, right? There's only a guilt-innocence question. In a capital case, there's a separate sentencing proceeding, and so the analysis is different.
I'm just saying, your time is up. I don't want you to get into your rebuttal time.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Gaylord.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to send my parents a message.
May it please the court, Jim Gaylord on behalf of the state.
All right, this is the.
Well, this is too late. Here's what the trial court said.
That's not how you want to start off.
The most recent piece of evidence document that is attached to this petition dates to 2011. And I have not been presented with a reason why I could toll the statute of limitations from 2011 until 2022 when this petition was filed. The trial court is correct. In fact, it appears that this evidence was largely available in 2008. The two key pieces of evidence here, brain scans, that dates to mid-2008, and diagnosis of rapid cycling bipolar disorder also dates to, I believe, July of 2008. So this petition should have been filed in 2008. Petition was filed again in 2022. The reason that it's been advanced to this court, why the delay should be forgiven, is in 2022, the United States Supreme Court handed down Shin v. Ramirez.
Can we back up just a little bit? The evidence that they're saying has not been considered is, from what I understand, I guess the interpretation of the brain scans to make the determination that the defendant has suffered brain damage, and that none of that evidence was presented primarily due to the, I guess, the negligence. I don't want to get into that issue, but address the interpretation of the brain scans and the brain damage, because that evidence has not been considered.
That evidence has not been considered. It's correct. It appears that it was, in fact, the brain scan itself was available in 2001, 2002. The report dates to 2008.
I have a very unpopular opinion about this.
Bipolar disorder dates to 2008. But for purposes of the statute of limitations, we're still talking about better than a 10-year delay. Even assuming this qualifies as newly discovered evidence, which, as you will understand, the state does not agree with, but we don't need to go there because we're looking at a better than a 10-year delay.
And it's the position of the appellant that the fact that they went to federal court as opposed to state court shouldn't be held against them.
And that is flatly contradicted by the law of our Supreme Court, which has said the fact that you are pursuing a related remedy either in a different state proceeding or in federal court is not material to tolling, to due process tolling. This court has said the same thing in the IRIC decision and others as well. And that, in fact, Your Honor, is the end of this case. The fact
He's
that
right about
they
that.
expected to be able to present this evidence in federal court, and then were disappointed when Shin v. Ramirez says ineffectiveness of post-conviction state counsel is no longer ground for getting an evidentiary here. It simply has no bearing on quorum nobis. They had the evidence in 2008. They had to present it promptly. They did not. And the judgment should be affirmed.
That's
Are there
very
other questions
textbook.
that I can
Let me
answer?
ask your application, I guess, of Davidson. Do you, is error quorum nobis available solely on a sentencing issue?
We don't think so, but the fact of the matter is Davidson is against us. We believe that, as Judge Campbell has signaled, that Davidson isn't consistent with Frazier. That would be an issue where you do not need to put yourselves at loggerheads with a panel from the East because the petition is time barred.
So this
Thank you very much.
happened in 1997. This Henderson here killed the officer.
Your Honors, Mr. Henderson was not entitled to quorum nobis in 2008 or in 2011. He started in federal court, federal habeas in 2006, just to get the timeline. He was in state court from 2001 to 2000.
Catherine
CCA's
Dix.
order was 2005. He started in federal habeas. His petition, federal habeas petition was filed January of 2006. From the time he was there, he had every reason to believe the case law in federal courts was that he had an avenue in federal courts. There was no basis in which we could have come
Are
to
you
state
saying
court.
that he could not file a quorum nobis if he had something pending in federal court?
I believe that he would have had no way to argue that he was entitled to equitable tolling of the statute of limitations.
Because he had something pending in federal court?
Right, because he had an avenue. Because the question is, have you had a reasonable opportunity to present your evidence? He had a reasonable opportunity to present his evidence.
But quorum nobis is, again, it's a different animal. And you can pursue a quorum nobis proceeding while an appeal is pending. It's considered, a separate vehicle. So you can have a pending appeal and still file a quorum nobis and be before the trial judge on the quorum nobis, even though there's an appeal pending. So why would that prevent you, the fact that you're in federal court prevents you from filing in a quorum nobis in state court, which probably is would be the most logical place to proceed with this?
Your Honor, I believe our understanding would have been that at that juncture, in the same way the court is saying it's late now, the court would have said then it's late. And the avenue which was before him then was to present it in support of an
Bob, what's
assistance of
up?
counsel claim as evidence of prejudice.
That might have been your strategy, but that doesn't really answer the question about, he could have still filed a quorum nobis in state court. There was nothing procedurally preventing him from doing that.
Your Honor, my understanding is that it would have then been untimely and he would have had no argument to equitable tolling. Our main argument about why he hasn't been here since 2006 is he has been in federal court. Irick and Harris, I don't believe either present the facts of this case, where someone is arguing they had an avenue in federal court, they had a change in the law that closed those doors at the federal court, and now the state court is the only court that could hear this evidence at this juncture. He has not had an opportunity to have anyone hear this critical evidence. Your Honors, every day after, there's much talk of, has it been a decade, has it been how many years, right? Every day after July 6th of 1999, he was late, every day after that. And there are two time periods in question. There's the time period he was in federal court, which we've discussed, the import of Shin as related to that, and there's the time he was in state proceedings, which I heard Judge McMillan, you say maybe not wanting to get into what happened with post-conviction counsel. So I will just make brief work of saying that they were a disaster and that they also had an active conflict of interest. They actively created kind of this fake scenario in order to get a continuance, rather than being candid that they weren't prepared for the case, that Ms. Brockenbrough was severely mentally ill.
Her
They
ABO
came to the
profile
court
says
saying,
that she went to
as
Harvard.
you say, the only evidence, certainly brain damage was not presented, but some form of bipolar
Graham, what's
disorder was
up?
presented. But they undermined that conclusion by asking for a continuance based on a lie that they needed more time to medicate him, without having requested funding, without having asked if TDOC would allow them to medicate. And they essentially lied. The trial judge responded by taking them off the case, saying you haven't worked the case. He has since then said they weren't candid with the court about the case. He inexplicably put him back on the case, at which point
She
there
doesn't
was no
sound
time to
confident to me.
medicate, there was no funding, and they completely undermined their own expert. And they did that to save their own reputation, her reputation, the office's reputation, and direct conflict to his own needs and interests. Your Honors, I'm running out of time. There's no dispute that no one has considered this evidence, certainly not the evidence of brain damage, that he has this brain damage, and that the federal courts are now foreclosed from hearing this evidence. If there's no procedural mechanism for him to present this evidence, the state of Tennessee will execute him without any trier of fact having heard this evidence. Thank you for your time, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. We'll take the
So
case
this-
under advisement. Thank you both. Court
So
going
this is
to,
procedural matter that this, hang
In
on.
about a 2-minute recess, we have a special occasion. The parties may be dismissed. We will be swearing in an individual, so we'll take about a 2-minute recess so those individuals can come into court and we can prepare for that swearing-in ceremony.
Let's see what they do. Look, she's already leaving the court. You see that? All right. So that was a procedural thing, right? And hang on, let me remove this. All right. So his appeals are up. This guy, Kennath, oh, by the way, he's an artist. He's got jailhouse art. Let me see if I can find him. What is his name again? Kennath Artez Henderson. It's crazy to me, all this stuff. I don't know what was argued in his original trial, but I do know that he is on death row. I see this. That's weird. No, we don't want all that stuff. Okay, sorry, that's wrong, dude. All right, this is really wild. Hang on a second. Well, hold on. Before I do, let me get this out of the way. So he's on death row. I'm trying to say there's a federal court case that said it's appeals court, Valhalla. I just thought Court of Criminal Appeals. I believe it's Western District, and they're trying to get in new evidence to say that hey, he had a mental condition that wasn't addressed when he was convicted. Okay, now what thought a political thing with this is, should that even matter? And I say it shouldn't matter is because if you are so mentally off that you think it's okay to kill somebody, a police officer, somebody who is clearly dressed up as a person of authority, right? Should they even be in society? That's a hard one there. You have the moral side that says, hey, Volsarm, how you doing? Says that maybe you shouldn't. And, maybe, I don't know. But then you have like a personal political belief where it's like, hey, look, some people, we just got to admit as a society do not belong to the gene pool. Anyway, everybody out of the pool is Adult Swim. So, with that being said, let me add, that's not what I want to add. I want to add this one. So, this is what happens when you type in Kennath Artez Henderson. And let's see here. Artez Henderson is at Riverbend Maximum Security Institute in Nashville. So this is the dude. And this is like his art. His art says no mercy. After graduating preschool at age 4, graduating preschool? I began playing basketball and doing artwork. Throughout my school years, he's got good handwriting. Fans were amazed and dazzled at my acrobatic moves, fancy dunks, and athletic abilities. My basketball coaches made me quit the football team because they wanted me to be their stud and not get hurt. The coaches and fans nicknamed me Baby Jordan and Air. I did not have any obstacles to keep me from playing professional basketball. While I was accidentally run over by a car and had my leg injured, My injury postponed my basketball career. And this is some of his, he's shooting baskets over his football. Why can't I enlarge? Oh, I can't enlarge that. Oh, hey, check that out. Let's see. This tells a story. Let's go to the first one. Oh, okay, never mind. You click it, it does that. Let's see what happens. Come on, enlarge. I spent night licking. I spent the night licking and tending my wounds. My back was aching. My head was hurting. My eye was swollen. My knees were hurting, and every muscle in my body was in pain. I wanted it to quit and never play basketball in prison again. On top of that, the state mattress, I think he kind of jumped ahead here. I don't think they got this timeline right. Anyway, again, on top of that, state mattress and pillows are hard and extremely uncomfortable, making it hard to sleep. Do you think that Michael Jordan, his mattress is comfortable? I think Michael Jordan, I don't know. I took a look in the mirror and tried to figure out how to adjust my game in order to compete in such a rough environment. I thought to myself, since they foul me so hard when I drive to the basket, I'll just shoot my jump shot and only drive to the basket when the lane is open. All right. Now that I'm a little older, I no longer play basketball. Nevertheless, it's fun to reflect on those basketball days. Playing basketball in prison was a type of freedom for me. Now I focus more on studying, observing, and learning. I focus on continually improving myself spiritually, morally, physically, and intellectually, and continually adjusting throughout life. All artwork done by Kennath Artez Henderson. Oh, look, he's got his address. If you guys want to see my love letter, his address is, he is inmate number 250126. I believe he's an Aquarius. No, wait, never mind. That's the date of this. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh, look. So, see, they messed this up, man. This is backwards. I had to learn the hard way that people do not play basketball in prison as I was accustomed to while playing organized basketball. Isn't that funny? All that stuff, all those songs about how wonderful prison is and being hard and being bad dude, not to be messed with because you don't mind serving time. It's amazing you get in there. It's not as it doesn't smell like a home cooked meal. The first time I got fouled on a play, it made me realize that people play like they're playing football. Very rough. In spite of how rough, he ought to draw ladybugs. That's a good one. In spite of how rough everyone played on the court, we always stopped in the middle of the game just so a tiny bug can pass by. We value life so much. Underlined so. Let's see here. This caught the defenders off guard while I could score on the outside before they got a chance to react. That's weird. Oh, I had to learn the hard way. People do not play basketball in prison. Okay, never mind. Ouch. Look, I guess I don't know what he's doing here, but ouch, it hurts. No mercy. While I was playing basketball, he was air. What's funny is he can draw fingers better than the AI can. Look at that. He's got all 5 of them. Well, I don't want this anymore. So shrink down. All right, let's see here. Life is about choices. One choice can be a person's life for the better or for the worse. Everything was good to me. I had good grades, a loving family, and was a good basketball player, but I wanted to be loved and accepted. I met the wrong guys. I want to give a message to the youth. Don't mind about what others think about you. Don't bend to peer pressure. To read Henderson's full letter to youth, click here. To learn more about Henderson's artwork, visit Reach. On July 1998, Kennath Henderson was sentenced to death row for the shooting of a county deputy. So there you have it. All right, sorry guys, I've been out of the stream here. Yeah, night looking was very interesting. Very, very interesting. Hey, Pyramid, how you doing? All right, let's see here. Jordan's mattress is like sleeping on air. Yeah, does he have a an air mattress? Yeah, he made a storyboard, and that's convenient for us. Look, there it is. Isn't that great? Prison, man, you got all the cool stuff there. Mermaid Messiah, how are you doing? Hey, woke up for a bit, going back, seeing what expert still at it. Oh, Mermaid. Yeah, I'm something. I'm at something. Yeah, the art is. I like the top right there. It's like where he's talking about the reflection. Hey, Bobby says, "Hey, prison sucks. Who knew?" Yeah, that's pretty much what he says, right? He was getting fouled in prison basketball. Aren't death row inmates in isolation? Yeah, right. I guess not this guy. So we just saw this guy was convicted for nerfing a police officer. That police officer, that whole thing's over. Now they're trying to say, well, he had a mental condition that was unaddressed by the court the first time around. He should be mental. He wasn't competent to stand trial. And because of a recent Supreme Court decision, U.S. Supreme Court decision, it should come up for he deserves a second chance. Problem is that I think the problem's going to be, well, guess what? You went to the wrong court. They went to federal court instead of state court to address it. Because, see, the state court has to, a U.S. Supreme Court decision is a United States constitutional decision. And because of the supremacy clause, it applies to all the states. Applying to the states, what you need to do is take your appeals back to the state court. You were convicted and say, hey, you address the court to try to get a new trial based on evidence that was unknown at the time of it or on this recent decision, blah, blah, blah. The statute of limitations for an appeal ran in state, and they're trying to say, but we were in federal. That shouldn't count. It's not how that works. And anyway, that's what they were hearing today. When looking up this guy, you find out that he's in prison. That's his artwork. So that was the whole of everything. That's the Tennessee Court of Criminal Appeals. Let's see if there's another one coming up. I forget about that. What's today's date? Let's see here. I don't know. There's a 2 o'clock, 2:30, a 3, and a 3:30 today. And I can't be here for any of those. Here's what I'm going to do. If you guys want to watch these, they're 30 minutes. Appeals court, they're 30-minute things, right? So that's fun. You can get those in and out real quick. I'm going to, there's the link for the next, the 2 o'clock trial. If you guys want to watch it, I unfortunately will not be here. I have superseding business. Hands are as hard to get right as faces. When the hand's off, you notice. Yeah, that's why cartoons, they don't do 5 fingers. Matter of fact, trivia, The Simpsons, only one character's ever had 5 fingers. Do you know who that character was? Yeah, the concrete is greener on the other side, Grim. I like that. By the way, that reminds me, you know they do in China, I'm on a China kick. The algorithm has me in that. You know they do in China? Because they have to be more environmentally conscious now. All these places want environmentalism stuff. They spray paint their grass. When they're mining stuff, they spray paint the mines. So from like Google Earth, it looks all green and lush. Just spray paint. Pretty wild, huh? Yeah, well, when she left, it was midnight. So, yeah, I'm not competent enough to play prison basketball. I think I'll have to stay out of that one. I agree with you there. I absolutely agree with you there. In prison, you probably have to play. Oh, what are they? Well, they'll pop up. Prison, you probably have to play with other balls. Oh, jeez. Thanks, Squab. Had a weird, I had a rough night with Brown Dog. He's all right, but it's just he let out a yip, and oh man, hurts right in here. The saxophone guy, Bleeding Gums Murphy. No, the survey says God. God was the only character on The Simpsons to have all of his fingers. I probably did. Oh, they spray paint the grass green? Oh, that's cool. Hey, Kicker Death, how are you doing? Easier than having to vacuum the AstroTurf. So true. So true. Cake, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute, and I hate that. I'm so glad to see you back. Anyway, guys, so yeah. Which way did I go? There you go. You heard there were drums, maybe. So anyway, yeah, Captain America shield. Was downstairs with the TV and everything. And it got moved. So here's my question. Because that is the whatever it is. It's not the metal one, but it's the movie replica deal size. What are they called? They're called some masterpiece whatever or something. I don't know. Lego makes one now. It's like, ooh. Should I replace that with a Lego built one? That'd be wild. Yeah, that does look better than my face. I agree with you on that. Good expert, thank you. Busy dropping in on occasions because always take care of you and yours. Thank you, Cake. Missed you. I'm glad to know you're okay. Anyway, guys, so there we go. We got to see a death row guy talk about prison basketball. He wants to say that he was mentally incompetent when he killed an officer. And, Legos are dumb. Well, it doesn't mean I don't want the Optimus Prime. Legos. I love when a classic toy gets the Lego treatment, or like something classic, like the Back to the Future DeLorean, the Millennium Falcon, stuff like that. I'm a nerd, but never got into Legos. Well, it's Legos is kind of like the new deal. Oh my gosh, Mermaid, you have lit up the chat. What are you doing to everybody? She's a mermaid, guys. Look at this. Red-haired mermaid. Oh my gosh, that movie's called The Little Mermaid, isn't it? I almost said she's the little princess. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well at all. I have to shave too. I feel it's itchy. I need to shave. I need to shower. And I've got a meeting in an hour. I think I just made a nursery rhyme. Did I just Dr. Seuss this the place? Here's my review video of Legos. Stuff's the alternate. I forgot to tell you about that. But yeah, go check that out. You want me to check that out? But I can't because I don't have this stream up. Anyway. It's a double entendre expert plus Pisces. So hey, I'm an Aquarius. What does that mean? Oh, I thought something was so inappropriate. Anyway. Lego's fine until you explain to a doctor casually why a piece is lodged in an unusual orifice. Oh, the word orifice got me. Orifice got me. I really thought that was going up to foot. I keep reading. Yeah, read orifice. Oh, that brought back a weird memory. No, not for me. Oh, gosh. Volstorm could tell you about it. He wasn't there, but he knows the story. you want... Are Legos okay now? Oh, I can imagine. Tales from the X-ray room. What is that? And then you hear someone in the background go, "That's a Lego." Oh, are you allowed to ask the X-ray E how they got a Lego stuck in the? I don't understand what's going on. I'm so confused. Oh, where are we? What day is today? Is it daytime? Like I said, confused. All right, man. So my shirt collar is stretched. I slept in this last night. Like I got up, and I saw this criminal court thing, right? Well, I also realized like I've been I think I wore this shirt yesterday too when I woke up yesterday, day before yesterday, and I had a lot of work I had to do. I think this shirt needs to be washed. And I didn't think about it. I put it on. I was like, guys, let me tell you what. Valhalla kept me up till 3 a.m. last night. He wasn't even there. He didn't realize it. 3 a.m. I'm kidding. Danielle and Farrell did, though. I was like, what is going on? I was like, you guys, I gotta go. You guys, I'm partied out. I can't party anymore. There's no more partying. Let's see. My work here is done. No, you can't ask other than tell the doctor as the approach with forceps. Ooh, kidding, or am I? Until next time, be good. Cake or death, be good or be good at it. And I'm not good at anything. Why does that work? Ta-da. There. Is that what 2 does? Hell, there we go. Yay. And then if you could, I can't do hearts. See? I did the hearts. Full of pheromones. Yeah, that's the female one, right? This is supposed to be testosterone. Is that right? All I know is I did this today. Boy, I'm so excited. Pow. There we go. Oh. Oh, what'd he do? What happened? Oh. It's an Apple thing. If you use your phone as your camera, which I'm using my phone as the camera, I need to change this. Let's see here. That ain't better. It looked all dirty, fuzzy. I don't like that. I think it's overcorrecting. There you go. That looks more normal. No, pheromones are sent to people. Oh. I need a shower. I've got some bad sense. Oh. Really? It can? With hand gestures? But can Android do this? Huh? Huh? Is that Android? No, Android is like, they're like, I am Android. Nah, nah, no, 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 no. Oh my gosh. What did pyramids say? Oh, about that. I don't know. I don't even have social media. I hate that. What do you think you're on, mermaid? This is social media. Only used for the obvious and watching stuff. What's the obvious? Oh, kind of cool, dude. So here's what's funny about it. I've signed up for the. Oh, hang on here. Since you guys are gonna make fun of me anyway, I'm signed up with Apple to be a beta tester, and One day I'm doing, oh, one day I'm just sitting there and I guess like I'm doing this, you know, I'm like, come on, do it. Well, anyway, uh, so it's weird. I was talking to Valhalla and this happened. And I didn't know that that was part of the new beta update. And I was like, what the heck's happening? So Valhalla and I were convinced that somebody was listening, had like hacked into my account and was messing with it. And it sucked really bad. And so we just, yeah, we were like, I think we need to get out of here now. And so we did. I don't like this camera at all today. You know what it is? It's too bright in here. Hang on a second. Wait. All right. Ah. Ah. I think I've turned into Gollum. Can't handle the brightness. All right. God, it's still bright. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we really did. Like, dude, I promise you, we really thought it was like hacked. And here's the thing. What were we talking about just right when all that happened? Anything that has a conspiracy attached to it. Yeah. That sucked, man. We were like, oh, it's the government. They found us. It's the FBI. Thank you. I drew that last night with my mind. Yeah, it was creepy, but it wasn't. We figured it out when the whole thing updated. See, it's because I talk with my hands. And so the camera was picking up. I guess, you know, it's not as sensitive now as it was, but the first edition of it, it's like you do this, it seems like this does something, you know, like this does something. Oh, watch this, watch this. Oh my gosh. I'm there, but I love it. What? Huh? What's happening? What's happening? Mermaid, so like you came by last night for a second. Where are you most of the time? The hobbies like calling, texting, email, trivia crossword game. We are not playing trivia tonight. I have to tell you guys that. Trivia will not be tonight. If I'm not passing out, oh, the conspiracy thing? Yeah, it freaked us out. Totally freaked us out. If I have energy tonight, I will be in. We'll do a goof off stream. That sound good? It'll be late though. Be like probably like. I just realized I was gonna say 9. I was like, I stream every night at 9. Probably it'll be like 10 or 11 maybe. So yeah, I got that going for me, which is nice. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Why do I sing that stupid clown song? Let's see. Okay. Anyway, oh, new comments. Oh, am I half awake? Oh, that's because no, I'm fully awake. Just nothing works. But no, I'm in Tennessee. I'm in the Batcave with Captain America's shield. Not saying I'm Batman, but Never saw him and me in the room together. I let people think that because I'm really Captain America. Because he's poor. It's 11:20 a.m. here. Oh, you're in Australia. You're on the west coast of Australia, right? No, you're an hour behind me. I can't tell time. I can't tell time. Oh my gosh. True story. Went to the Tennessee game Saturday with Valhalla, right? And here we are, University of Tennessee campus. Our tailgate was like right in the middle of it. We were walking around something. I was like, looking around. I was like, man, can you believe this place gave me a degree? He's like, I know, right? That seems weird to me. And he's being dead serious. I'm like, yeah, I know. I got a degree from there, and then I went on and got a law degree. And now I'm a YouTuber. With a dog with a bad ACL. And I can't tell time. I can't read time. Texas now for a while. So where are you going next? Hey, Fast, what's up? Is this the wow? Because I'm so amazed that I got that working today, but I can't get this to work. Or this. That's how you... Ah! It worked. Still can't confirm you got one. You've seen it. Actually, yes, you have. So here's the true story. Yeah, I should say this. My degree was a piece of paper that said you need to go talk to the bursar's office. Oh, I wish I'd have kept that and framed it. Degrees of separation are fun. When are we going to do the sexpert? Look at this. I can do this now. I'm going to be doing that all the time. What's up? Guys, I'm sorry for boring you. Thanks for stopping by, though. I almost could do that next trial, but it starts at 2. That was a weird sound. But you said used to be smart. I gotta go see what that is. Caitlin, what's happening? Caitlin, how are you doing? Caitlin, there's a criminal appeals court case on at 2:00, and I can't be here for it. Well, we just watched one, and then I got lost in the chat. Hey, Matthew, what's happening? Matthew, this is Mermaid. Mermaid, this is Matthew. Matthew, Mermaid says Legos are dumb. What you gotta say? Dude, I just saw the Tranquil Garden building kit. I just saw that on Amazon this morning. I kid you not. Oh, that reminds me, Target's got Batman. Okay, dude, hey, Target has the 1989 Batman figurine, and it's 50% off right now. That's what I saw this morning at like 7 o'clock-ish. Evidently, it's really sought after. And I've got one, and my Target has one I can pick up now. But I didn't order it, but I thought you would appreciate it, because the only other way you can get that figurine is through getting the, as I read it, the super expensive Batcave. Oh, you're going to have a whole garden. What'd I do? What'd I do? So you did that because you think I'm AI and I can't figure that out. So your name's Lynn? I'm a big Tolkien nerd too. That Rivendell Lego looked cool though. Uh-oh. Yeah, I like Lord of the Rings. But I didn't know Lord of the Rings was a book when I saw the movie. I thought it's just a movie about swords, sword fighting. Looked cool. But anyway, that's all I know. That's all I got. I have no idea what the what any of that means. Uh-oh. By OUT. Also just finished the Pyramid of Giza. Okay, so those lighting kits are pretty hard from what I've seen. Dude, I love Lord of the Rings. Well, I mean, you know. I was just talking to myself backwards there. So yeah, I love Lord of the Rings, but you know, you said you thought you loved me, and now you don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Well, maybe you can help me correct the errors of my ways. You can fix me. Guys, this is too much fun. Listen, I gotta go. I love you guys, but there's like work and stuff's got to be done. So, for all you redheads out there,